You're listening to Kate of Gaia on Critical Mass Radio. The game is up. Now, it's our turn.
And you will never connect all of the dots with one science. Science, that's spirit mind. You must look at all the sciences. You've got to bring them all together. And there's only one common thread throughout everything. Sound. Phoenician. And I use that just as an allegorical representation of what it is I'm talking about. So for me, it's about me writing my own dictionary. Aries, by the way, is the ram of God, not the Aries god of war. You see? Mirror, mirror. Aries, you say Aries, I can give you the Lamb of God, and I can give you Satan all at the same time. Because they're both one and the same. The only thing that changes it is your perspective. How are you looking at it? What programs and emotions are running within you to stop you from doing that? You gotta, be prepared. You've got to come to the table already stripped of emotions, where you sit in a neutral position and you listen to the voice of God, which is, I'm just one point of view. I'm just a voice in your head right now, as everyone is a voice in mine, telling me what I need in terms of me. And phi, X, right? There's the creation of life in action of me. That's what it means to fix. There's nothing broken. That's stupid. Everything's perfect. In the physical world, we have the illusions of imperfection. But then again, that's what perfection is. It is an imperfection, and that is very boring. And so we play these silly little games. And they're quite extravagant. They are intricate to such a degree that you can't do anything but laugh and be in awe of our creation. What God are you creating in your image? Are you trying to shape someone else outside of you with your opinions? If you're doing that, then you're trespassing on the free will choice of another to have an experience. Lemming wants to jump off the cliff. I'm going to sit there with a pina colada and a lawn chair and going, I wouldn't do that. And then if they're awake enough and ask me, well, why not? Everyone else is. Well, I'm going to tell you, well, if you go there, that's not a good experience. You're going to bust everything apart, aren't you? Well, what do you mean? Everyone else is doing it, but can you see where they're at? Well, no, it's a long way down there. Well, take a leap of faith in the physical, and you destroy the physical. Good news is you get another experience. You come back, and that light at the end of the tunnel is you popping back out of a vagina somewhere. Gosh, never thought of that. Well, see, that's what I do. I spend so mumuch time in literal meditation, even in a waking state. I'm constantly in that state of being. This is all I do. This is because it's way too much fun. When you start experiencing the bliss, I don't know about you. If you can have something that, imagine a favorite ice cream that you would never get sick of and never get full of. Every bite of ice cream tastes like the very first one every time. This is the game I'm in. So have at her, take a run at me. I don't care. Come in and try to pick a cat fight if you want. Yeah, I ain't gonna bite your hook. And people already know that. I'm not gonna get on it. And I'm done dramatizing, playing along with everything and everyone at the table to get into the ego with you so that you can see it and I can experience it so you can hear me, the true me, through the beautiful allegory called the ego. Always identify with itself. So I might as well use it, That's what ego identifies with. And until people can actually stand back and say, you can throw the hate you want at me, I'm going to smile. And you can throw all the love you want at me, and I'm going to smile. Because at that point, your ego is destroyed. There's no fight. So you're going to do one of two things. You're either going to sit there and absorb and just be in the moment and hang out in this beautiful place, or you're going to listen to your ego, have all sorts of opinions, and walk away. And then the universe will come back and hit you with a feather, maybe a pebble, Mack truck, maybe a mountain. Depends on the level of opinion that you think you need to hold on to. And this is Groundhog Day, boys and girls, and this is why the game is over. And I already know that. I've already had, well, the Twin Towers fell today. If anyone saw the west, left, port, Cane Mine, Virginia. So there's the divine feminine negative Twin Towers, and I'm going to tell you what the towers are allegorically here. 300-foot tower falls down, hits the guy lines on a shorter, or I'm not sure, I think it was 60 feet tall. So there's your the negative trinity falling and taking out the hex. Because it will. Evil will destroy itself. You just have to let it. And the more you fight it, resist it. What you're doing is you're not shining the light of God on the cyst so you can heal it. What you're doing is shining the light of God, you, on it so that re-embellish it. You know, go ahead and embellish that chord. Sorry, I don't embellish chords. I just play the straight up. I have a few little tricks here and there, but no, I don't embellish. Yeah, so here's the Twin Towers. I'm going to show you the layers of society, and you're going to understand exactly why the power is where the power is now. You see, you have the general public, I think you call it, right? There's the masses at that level, okay? The vast majority of humanity. And then above them are the walkers between the worlds, protecting, serving, and ticketing, and all the rest of it. And most of the, I got to tell you, I would say the vast majority of cops don't know this. They're being used as the dogs by the very few chiefs. There's your power source, and this was pointed out to me very clearly. And I'm going to go back to the story, and I'm going to show you how I saw this and how it all comes together right now. The former deputy chief of Guelph, the royal family name, it had to be, just a coincidence, only spent 3 years, there's that 3 again, as the deputy chief, because as soon as he found out what was really going on, he was suicidal. The name was Brent Eden. You can't make this shit up, okay? And the thief of daylight, Rob Davis, he was the one that had his ass handed to him after 2 weeks into my solitary. It's kind of neat. We're big story on both of us on the same page, but mine was above his. You see what I'm saying? Right? Do you want to know what a free man on the land is? A free man on the land is a bond servant. That's what a cop is. They are you see, everything you want to accuse everything outside of you is actually what you are. The true free men on the land are the cops. And there's, the Society of Chiefs and all the rest of it. You can't make this up. Around the world, those are the capo of the mafia, which is not the government above them. No. I've already had a lot of this confirmed, if not all of it. Well, to my satisfaction, because I can see this. The ones above them, the typical government, they're powerless too, and they're even dumber. Your public servants, your politicians, and all the rest of it, they're even dumber. And there's a few of them that are in on this, just to make sure that all the levels are connected, right? You have some at public level. You have some at cop level. Well, of course, that's the main walker between the worlds to divide and conquer us. Then you have some at the government levels, all the way up. And then you have the overseers, the ones that are that part of our consciousness that is controlling the entire game through Phoenician. But that's all been decoded now. This game is over. So the Twin Towers falling today. The big tower, that would be what you would probably literally deem the elite or the no lights, right? And then the smaller tower, which is only a fifth, a Venus of the large tower, which is the capo, or like a capo on a guitar. I just take the capo off my guitar to get the true tuning. I'm not going to have somebody retuning my guitar for me, so I'll take the capo or capo off, you see. And as a net result, the little tower, the hex, the 6 part, was taken down as well. All of the guy lines, guy, masculine, all of the negative masculine intent lines, lie, mines, lie, N, right? Anytime you see N, it means it's mine. It means you take possession of it. So that was all perfectly laid out today. Beautiful. It was beyond stunning. But anyway, if you're still looking at the literal, you're missing the lateral. And go ahead, stay in your timeline. That's okay. Don't worry. The point of consciousness that I'm working for, in moving laterally, I'm going to get that version of you in that timeline. If you want to leave your consciousness behind, then you go ahead. You're going to keep playing Groundhog Day until you get this, because that body that you're walking around in, how many lifetimes are you going to walk around in the same body, going over and over and over again, playing the same game? You don't graduate out of the meat stick you're in until you graduate out of the meat stick you're in. Now, these might sound very profound, but then again, we've got a very profound group at this table. For finding profound. Just a coincidence, I have to assure you. Was in Gemini, it was on Saturday, Saturn's Day. And here we are on Sunday, soon, S-U-N, soon sun, is Groundhog Day, which is February 2nd. Oh, there's that duality thing come together. And you don't need nations. You don't have to create nations. Are you still playing this divide and conquer physical meat stick game? When are you going to figure it out that you're all things? You own nothing and everything. Let that sink in. The only land you own is the land you're standing on or standing or sitting on it. Nothing else. No, the children are going to finally learn how to share. Oh, and just to dispel every concept of any sort of fucking barter trade nonsense physical shite. I don't care if it's Bitcoin, Nasara, Opt, cash, gold, silver, all of it. Swiss Indo, any of this shit. Because I'm going to tell you why it's going to fail. Because one, it's an illusion outside of you. Two, it's value placed outside of you. Three, I need you all to tell me right now exactly how a and they're on the earth, they're here, you can see them. Mentally handicapped, retarded, mute, quadriplegics in wheelchairs. Tell me how they're going to sign a promissory fucking note. Tell me how they're going to give value in this illusion of gimme, gimme, gimme land that we're all living in. I'm going to tell you the value that they give, and it's far greater than anything you can imagine. The value they give is in the nurturing we learn. Blessed are those that have mentally handicapped children, for they have been given a quest of a high order. They have been entrusted with the most kid of our consciousness to look after, to be patient, to learn how to suffer unto themselves, the little children. That's why your money schemes, that's why your gold, your silvers, and jewels, and all the rest of this nonsense is worthless to me. I am priceless. You cannot put a price on. I cannot be bought. I've proven that time and time again. There is nothing in this universe greater than me, because I am the universe. Now try saying that. And if people still look at me outside of themselves as me being something separate, then they need to give their fucking heads a shake. And the things that are coming out of my face that might make you feel uncomfortable has got nothing to do with me. It's got everything to do with you. If things that I am saying are getting your goat, then someone else has your Christ. You're still not there yet. And this road is so simple. It's just not easy. You just have to decide when you've had enough. Pick a fight, expect a fight. You created it. There's your free man on the land, sovereign citizen, patriot, fucking gimme-gimmes. There's all your divide and conquers that want to go around and keep putting fucking lines on the planet. I've watched them come up and fall flat in their face because I know it's not truth. Squamish sovereign nation, divine province, there's many of them. They're still trying to operate in a physical sense. They have no idea of who and what they are. And I can hear all the but. Now, that's not for me to answer, that's for you. Someone even asked me for a step-by-step how to get out of the system. Sorry, if you need to ask me that, then you just stay in the nanny state because you're not ready to grow up yet. And that's okay. Figure it out. But I didn't have an instruction manual, and I decided that to stand in truth was all I would do. I didn't have an instruction manual to the panic I endured, waking up to these things, putting it all on the line. You will have nothing left until you have nothing, and then you have everything. Let me translate. You will have nothing left, i.e., carnal thoughts, possessed mind, until you have nothing left. The most dangerous entities on this planet, and I'm one of them, are those with nothing to lose. So I lost it. I lost the nothing. It's all good. Now, when you lose the nothing, then you can have everything. We are dealing in a singularity now. This is the age of Aquarius. No more he said, she said, because it's we said, silly, and we means yes. It's French. I think these are very, very easy to understand concepts. They are damn near impossible for people to accept. You stay the course. Get your intent changed, and you stay the course. I don't need to hear from people, and I don't mind. Again, I'm just trying to answer all these questions that I get every day and bring it into a new unit. And I've actually answered this many times in the past. I'll answer it again. People say to me, I get benefits because I'm injured, and this is fine. Is your intent different now? Or is that just where you find yourself in the game? Are you needing to worship the system? Or as a result of your game, which was perfect? Are you just using the tools now instead of being one? Very fine line there, because the ego will jump over that. Oh, well, it says if I need it, I can just keep doing it. No, that's your heart you got to sort out. Do only that which you need. And that's what it means, guys. This is about surrender. When you finally bow to the truth, the law of truth, love, you will be in a need position. And it's just a coincidence. The Capricorn, the Christ aspect of our 12 disciples. So I'm going to let that sink in for a sec. Okay, I'm not lecturing. I'm just putting through. I love doing this. I'm one of the most dangerous alternating current Taurus fields on the planet. Actor. I'll alternate your current. I will always come at you spiritually using physical means. I'll play with your ego all day long. I'll dangle you on the hooks because you all love having hooks. I know I did. I just learned how to take the hook out and never bite on it again. And I've had many people come at me. Many people come at me with this problem, that problem, and all the rest of it. And I just look at it and go, that's not my problem. I would be trespassing on your experience. I will not step on your Christ. If you want to hand it up, and I'll get your goat, I'll take it. And then I'll give it back when you're ready for it. Do I have your attention? Yes, you will pay attention to me until you don't pay attention to anything but you any longer. I pay attention to me, and only me. I observe everything else. I am the object, not the subject. I'm not below the darkness, the jet black subject. I am the intent of the darkness, the object.